What's up, everybody? This is we're back with another video. Hopefully we'll do what time is it? 30 or we'll do about 30 minutes or an hour. We'll see where this goes. But yeah, it's kind of a joke. I'm tired of talking about it. I actually just got done recording like quite a few hours of video, like off the cuff, on just some stuff to get some content on some other channels, as well as on some of my training stuff that I should have been did, getting stuff really launched up for a lot of different things, not even necessarily something manosphere related, although that classic black man one was a couple of videos that I'll be dropping there to get y'all to start to get over there to get that built up a little bit. But anyway, I wanted to really comment on the video BGS did with about Ice Cube, and that I hate to use Tommy Sotomayor's language, but that hair had it checked because literally she looked like Bunny Ruckus, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but and you don't really see this in the manosphere anymore because a lot of them guys have been pushed out, but because their arguments just couldn't stand. But a lot of the guys that are like pro Democrat, and when I say pro Democrat, we're not talking about the folks that say white supremacy don't exist. We're not talking about all of them. We're talking about, let's have a conversation. People don't necessarily. I personally do not like Trump. I don't think Trump is a great president at all. Shout out to BGS with that Martin video he did with the dark news, because that's a lot of stuff that, again, when people say Trump has done well for the economy, a lot of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So we're not talking about people just caping for Trump necessarily. We're talking about black men that are black men first that are giving an honest look at both parties, like kind of like the Ice Cubes of the world. And I got to tell you, I've always liked Ice Cube, and Ice Cube has demonstrated. For people forget, Ice Cube was the first person to look at that damn paperwork and realized that them Jews were trying to fuck him over. Larry Heller was trying to fuck him over. And then the whole group kind of turned on him a little bit. Dre ended up learning. It took him a couple of hits to learn, but he ended up learning for himself. But the point is, and Easy E wasn't a stupid dude. Easy E just, I mean, I get it. You get one shot. And sometimes you have that mentality. And I don't begrudge him at all, because he's somebody, people forget he's somebody else that was in the White House as well, as far as being seen, which takes a lot of guts when you look at what he was doing. And it's funny because when I think about Cardi B um and I think about Joe Biden meeting with Cardi B, even though it's like, really. But at the same time, if you look at what the image Eazy-E had compared to everybody else, you got to think that it was probably kind of like a similar look. So this is not the first time politicians have kind of really looked at, even though he was in office, it wasn't an election, and have reached out to, I think it was H.W. Bush that did it, I think. I don't know, but reached out. It's not the first time to people you would be like, really? And in fact, a lot of times they like to do that because they don't want to reach out to somebody that they might think is capable of actually asking a tough question, or people that they think are willing to. Um, so there's that. But if you haven't seen the video, I recommend you see it. BGS just premiered it, and it's basically gynocracy. And I'm not gonna comment on that and how he responded, which was great. I'm gonna comment on the dudes that want to play the 50-50 game, the dudes that want, when I say it's 50-50 responsibility game, the gynocracy deniers, you know and it's funny because these would be some of the same dudes that, if you talk about light skin, dark skin, oh, they love to talk about the bourgeoisie as a whole bunch of light skinned motherfuckers, but they never want to look at the bourgeoisie as to what it is currently, which is pretty much, it's a combination of a couple of things. Kind of your talented temp types, your immigrant types, which are not really loyal to ADOS. Obviously, this is not all immigrants, but you get what people that want to play those tribal games, and it's mainly found the foundation of it at this point, as far as the majority numbers of black women. You know, black women that anchor it, because they're really the biggest block. And so, even though they may not work in lockstep, it's still like the biggest block. And then the thing is, you still have dudes that will really, I don't give a fuck about the fucking bitches part. You can't give. I'm talking about a macro power. And one thing I would have loved Ice Cube to really ask, he said, "You know what? I have a question for you. And do you believe that the black community will ever get to the promised land it wants to get to without black men?" And I would be interested. I wish you would ask that, because her response, I bet you, number one, she would have hesitated. She would have really thought about it. She would have hesitated for probably a good 5 seconds. Like, she would not have really wanted to answer that, but she would have knew if she didn't answer it, it would have been bad. And then I probably would have left it at that, even though he could have said, "Well, why did it take you so long to ask that?" You know? But you got you and a lot of, but anyway, let me rewind. You got a lot of dudes with this manifest to where black men cannot understand why some black men, why other, we got to get out of this space and get into the general space. A lot of black men cannot understand why a black man would rebel against the Democratic Party to the extent of even supporting somebody like Donald Trump or supporting Donald Trump. They can't understand it. And they tend to like to look at everybody as one thing. Oh, you are Brandon Tatum or Anthony Brian Logan type. No, there's a lot of different like varieties there. There's a lot of different nuances there, because one thing that unites everybody, even people that might not necessarily support Donald Trump, is the Democratic Party is definitely not doing well for black people, and it's not doing good for black men. Now, is that to say the Republican Party will? Maybe, maybe not. But we know what's going on with the Democratic Party. Now, voting against them is not necessarily the only course of action. Um, Now, I know y'all about to, oh, you about to case for the Democrats. No, I've always stated and maintained that the best way to deal with the Democratic Party is to do what the Tea Party did, which is to be more active in voting, but vote in the primaries. You can vote in the primaries and not vote in the general. You can vote in the primaries and then say, if you don't get who you like, not vote in the general. Like, you don't have to support them. If you go in the primaries and make what you want felt, you're technically not putting anyone in office yet. And you see how effective that was, as how a lot of black people really had the Democratic Party having to answer stuff they did not want to answer. Like, they're trying to you notice how you don't see Kamala Harris in commercials. You notice how you don't see Kamala Harris in commercials. You notice how you don't see a lot of Kamala Harris being publicly flaunted. Compare Kamala Harris and how she's been projected compared to any other VP. Even Sarah Palin. She isn't put out there like that. You know why? Because she's not likable and they know it. And that a lot of that has to do with what happened in the primary. People forget Kamala didn't even make it to voting. She didn't even make it to Iowa. She did not get there. People forget Biden only really was saved by a lot of old folks in South Carolina. The same block in South Carolina that actually might get a black Democrat in office. You might have actually two black men in South Carolina. That shit is insane. That's actually a really positive thing for black men that nobody's really talking about. We'll see how the election goes. But honestly, that should have been one of them things where the brother is raising a lot of money. But quite frankly, black men should have really been across the country, been distilling money there just to make our force felt. That's where black men need to start voting. Black men need to start voting by strategically, and this is where, shout out to Zero and him talking about policy. This is where policy becomes important, because you have to know what policy to invest in and which politicians are being kind of like the amalgamations of certain policies. And I'm talking about black men. And it's time to start investing in black men and start getting used to doing that when it comes to certain initiatives. You don't have to live in a district to send somebody money or raise money. A lot of these black male politicians should know they can raise money by pulling from the trough of black men, no matter where you're running. Even if you're running in something like a city thing, a state thing, because we need people to be able to introduce laws that other people can pick up on. That's a different type of conversation, but my point is, when you look at like how Ice Cube was treated, and Roland is not a fool. Roland knows this dude's got money, this dude's got clout, this dude's got influence. So he's not gonna treat him like maybe a Tariq Nasheed. But the truth is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ice Cube is married to a black woman, been married to a black woman for 25 years. For the most part, the black one, she's happy. It ain't like he's known to cheat. This dude is everything a black man should be. And by the way, he's got nigga juice. There ain't no Point Dexter in Ice Cube. Even though Ice Cube come from a two-parent household, yet he still looked at as just another nigga. Just like how Snoop Dogg was looked at as just another nigga. Ice Cube is more than just an entertainer. Ice Cube has created businesses for himself and he has done a lot. The reality is a lot of these dudes don't want to acknowledge it doesn't fucking matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're married to a black woman. You are a nigga. You are below them. And a lot of dudes, and look, I know plenty of black women that are not that way. But the truth is the majority are. And they are to varying degrees. Stop trying and make sure you get them likes up. Stop trying to look at. I don't ask y'all to send super chats, but definitely send some likes. Come on, man, send some likes. Um, I don't even ask y'all to share this because I know I could go crazy sometimes. Oh, I appreciate it. I see it going up. Um, just another nigga. And the thing is, black men don't look at black women like that. Black men don't look at black men as a group. Do not even if black men are dating out, black men aren't looking at black women like I'm better than you. You're nothing. You're resentful. Most black men don't have that kind of resentment. Even if black men date out, if you ask these dudes, yeah, man, why you date white girls? Man, look, man, black women got attitude. Now they don't hate them, but they're like, man, they're hard. I ain't trying to deal with that bullshit. It's really that simple. It's not personal. Black men don't have personal issues with black women. And this is why it's funny how black women love to try to say that. Well, black men have a poo hurt you. When for decades now, black women have been bitching about black men. You only just heard that shit for the last 10 years. Really 5. That's really you've seen it. And that's only on YouTube. People act like really you can turn on the TV and hear black men talking about black women. Nigga, you gotta go to like a specific spot. It's like me saying there's a bar in Thailand that does something that no other place does on the planet. That's the manosphere, the black manosphere. You have to look for this shit to find it. It's not like you can fucking Google black men and all of this shit about black women comes up, or you Google black women and all of the shit that we say come up. Most of us don't even put black women in our titles and tags like that, and if you look at all the channels that bitch about black men and how big they are, come on, man. Let's cut the bullshit. So, you have dudes out here that really want to play. They're a lot of it is ignorance, but it's like, dude, you see shit this year. Oh, this has been a year of really, really proving shit. Snoop Dogg was treated like a little boy. Keep getting them likes up, y'all. Snoop Dogg was treated like a little boy. You see how they trying to treat Ice Cube. You see what they did to Kobe. When Kobe died, how they treated him. Shit. Don't think I ain't forgot about a lot of stuff with Tariq Nasheed. You have a lot of dude folks that they this is the difference between me and a lot of pro blacks. You have a lot of dudes that are pro black where they want to have a mentality of your women are not going to change, so you just got to deal with it. No, I'm like the Joker, dude. We're not going to have a community if this doesn't get fixed. This is non negotiable. And the thing about it is, a lot of Zillennials, I'm coming from a family where I got 3 brothers that date black women. So I got the right to talk some shit, including me. So, these millennials are not playing with y'all. They don't give a fuck. They're not even here to have a conversation. And there is no you can get back and you can just act right. Because and then shout out to Nicole Ali. I need to start, she's got a really great channel. BGS talked about it. And I felt like I was going a little bit too hard in there because I didn't really give some of the balance of what they were talking about. But the thing about it is women like Nicole Ali understand that they're gonna be all right. They understand that they're gonna have a man. Because women like that understand how to deal with black men. And know that when we're saying the shit we're saying, we're not talking to them. Like that 20%, 15%, they ain't gonna have a problem. Women like Raina, they're not gonna have a problem. But All the rest of them, they're gonna have problems. Because like Nicole said something that was funny to me, but was true. She said she turns around and there's a Latin chick trying to smile at her dude. Just for 1 second. Not that he's looking, not that he's soliciting that. She sees it. It ain't he's going for it. It's that they trying to get this motherfucker. Her man, so to speak. And she don't blame him. She's very aware of that. Now, obviously, her dude is not making her like uncomfortable as she's got something to worry about because she's doing, I guess, what she's supposed to be doing. But the truth is, a lot of women are in denial about that shit. They think you can look like Lizzo or Brittany Cooper. Think about that shit. Think about how arrogant Brittany Cooper was. That bitch that was talking with Ice Cube with the blonde hair. Think of the type of personality you have to have. Resentment to another group. A black man. Nigga, black men that are in shape don't treat fat black bitches like black women, like fat black bitches treat black men. That's how bad it is. This chick had a Bunny Ruckus hat and she's looking at Ice Cube. This Ice Cube is worth like 300, 400 million dollars. Think about that for a second. Think about, like, say what you want to about other races of women. Other races of women are not actively disrespecting dudes that's that gap. They will never tell you their degree. Even white feminists would not be so fucking stupid as to act like that their degree equalizes them to a dude that's worth like 10, 15 million, let alone 50 million. Hell, dude's worth a couple of million. That is some shit you uniquely see with black women. And it doesn't matter if they have a degree. These fucking, oh, I'm part of this organization. That doesn't mean jack shit. You fucking see. Oh, it's just another way of saying I'm on TV. And then you have this fucking big bitch, which, man, that shit like took me off guard how big she was. Like, that shit is like not human. For real. And I'm going there. And the fact that when you hear her talk, I'm talking about Brittany Cooper, like she actually, I don't, fuck her condition. I don't give a fuck if she has a condition. If I find out that she has a condition, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know she doesn't, but if she did, I don't give a fuck. Because there's too many like that. All these big bitches don't got a condition. It ain't no genetic black condition that's making all of them big. Lizzo, all of that. They ain't got the videos that's going around Spears with Lizzo, talk about men she wants. Shout out O'Shea for that. But my point is, you all are the only black men are the only black people. ADOS blacks are the only races got big bitches that are arrogant like this. And this is because they deal in the vicinity of black men so much that they actually have it in their mind that they're better than black men. And then they actually wonder why black men as a whole reputation, they wonder why these millennials are doing what they're doing. See, one thing about social media is you seeing that shit way too much. A lot of these millennials, remember, millennials grew up with world star hip hop. These millennials were born in that shit damn near. So they see the negativity and they're like, and they see it in real life in their school. They're like, no, fuck this. And in the next like 6, 7 years, you're going to see that a lot more. That's only like 8 years is only 2 more election cycles. These millennials give no fucks. 2 more election cycles, and I'm gonna be I'm 34. I'll be 42. So I'll be like where Angry Man is. 2 more election cycles, and these millennials are gonna have so few fucks to give. Motherfuckers are not gonna know. Make sure y'all get the likes up. For real, it's insane. It is literally insane. And you can see the content that BGS even had, because he's like, Ice Cube is married to a black woman. He's done time. He's got a black family. None of that. That shit don't mean jack shit. That's why I hate when they talk about, oh, he's with a non-black man. That's bullshit. And I knew that was bullshit when they started getting on dudes that have black children. I mean, children that are not mixed, but because they with somebody else, it's a problem. I already knew what it was. It had nothing to do with genetic legacy. It had nothing to do with passing. That's some shit that people say. That's why black men gotta stop letting black women off the hook with that bullshit. I was on Ramil shit. And Ramil was talking. He put it on Patreon, but Ramil was talking about some of this chick where a woman admitted she likes to deal with younger dudes, and you had dudes and like some most of the dudes on the same page. You always got like two or three that want to be contrarian Negroes, and I said, you know what, man? Even if you want to act like a compromised Negro because you got daughters and shit, and I was like, fuck your daughters, but let me tell you how I know. Let me go at this. I'm not even gonna tell you you should change your opinion about I'm not going to tell you should change your opinion about how you feel the double standard of men being abused by older women, that son husband shit which didn't even get brought up versus how people get out of pocket in reverse. I'm not even going to have that argument. This is how I'm going to get your ass. You act like these older bitches or these 25 or 20-year-old or 30-year-old bitches. You act like these bitches are just fucking these younger dudes or younger boys. These bitches are turning these girls out. Why do you think your daughter all of a sudden turns into a whore out of nowhere? It's not just media or the boys in high school. It's the girls too. And a lot of times, the girls, which are their friends, even Jeffrey Epstein proved that he had a network of females, younger, and they just indicted the bitch that was right next to him. Because it ain't just these dudes that are doing it on their own. You got these girls that are turning these bitches out, and they are aggressive about it. The WNBA highlights this, even though it tries to keep it under wraps. But see, these dudes, because they're so gynocratic in their thought process, they completely leave their girls vulnerable to that angle. Because they're looking at guys, because they assume they don't register women as a threat, even the other women. And Ramil thought that was like a very good point. It was a good point. Because dudes are completely blinded to that because their gynocentric thinking has them looking at dudes only. So they're real quick to jump on the peta shit. But they don't talk about how the females viciously turn the other females out. And they don't care and ain't nobody looking at them. So they can completely do it under the radar. And when they do it, they get this pass. Even though that's female on female violence. And the women a lot of times stay on code by being quiet about it. Where's the Me Too movement for bitches that's turn out young girls? You'll never see it because nobody's gonna care because that's the society. So if you want to play the nigga, I got daughters game, well, guess what? No, fuck that. You don't give a fuck because if a chick turn, because I'm gonna tell you something. If you got a young girl and a chick takes her face and put her in that cat, fuck you gonna do? You gonna whoop her ass, knowing the law is probably gonna fuck you up for doing that? It won't let you play the temporary insanity game. Are you even looking for that to happen? And I'm not even talking about older women. You know how girls are amongst each other. Because dudes, black men are trained to pretty much accept bisexuality in black women. Bisexuality in black women has been around for a minute. It's not really as new as people want to act. It's women are just being more open about it. But black men don't really register that as an issue. So it doesn't really have the same kind of emotional resonance. This is why it's important to keep things balanced. So I'm gonna come off of that. My overall point though is this gynocracy shit is real, and the fact that you see so many dudes that can see it and kind of deny it. This is why I tell people. I tell like Fantastic talk about he don't believe in white supremacy. He doesn't know what Fantastic. I don't need you to believe in white supremacy. Honestly, I need you to believe in this shit though, and he definitely does. I got an issue with somebody. I actually have much more of an issue with people that want to use white supremacy as a way to counteract the gynocracy than people that understand the gynocracy and want to act like white supremacy doesn't exist. Because at the end of the day, that's a man. We're a minute from dealing with white supremacy anyway, so that's not even going to be a problem I need to deal with. This is something that we got to deal with now that affects all black men, regardless if you want to be in the community or not be in the community. It doesn't matter. You don't got to believe in white supremacy to know this is an issue. And you got to focus on what you agree on, unless what you don't agree on runs interference with what really matters. So, and this is another thing too that I tell a lot of black, dudes who want to play the Trump game. I'm like, look, man, y'all got to understand, you all got this belief where it's so many black men that's going to vote for Trump. No, it's not. You're going to have a lot more black men that's not going to vote, but You all underestimate how dudes are really like cooked up in that system, man. They really don't know what to do or don't know how to act. They really don't. They really don't. They really don't. And they're so used to going along to get along because that's what you're supposed to be, the noble stoic individual, that these women are really thinking that's what they're supposed to be. These women, a lot of black women are mentally insane. They really out here because as soon as they start pulling that shit on other races, they get their ass whooped. And then they start talking about protect all black women. No, you are actually, you have been raised to literally be insane as to how you deal with men. So you all start showing that attitude to other races of men, and instinct starts kicking in because they not used to dealing with y'all like we are. And then y'all wonder, then y'all talk about protecting all women when you when y'all hell, half the time these chicks are bigger than the dudes they getting their ass beat by. That's the insanity, and that's what people get mad at Kevin for bringing that shit up. I'm like, I don't think y'all. And you sure there's hashtags Black female fitness and all that. There's a lot of black women is losing weight, but come on, let's not talk about the group. But my point is, man, a lot of dudes got to get out of denial with this. Because at the end of the day, you're not helping your daughters. You're not helping black women by being in denial about this shit. You're not. You're like the mother that's an enabler. The mother that's got like a son that's on crack, but you're an enabler because that's your baby. Or more likely, you're like Nicki Minaj's brother's mom. Like she was just in absolute denial as to what he did, even though she raised them. And I'm telling you right now, that shit just doesn't come out of nowhere like that. So they all knew about it. You're just as culpable. Anyway, let me go through these whatever. Shout out to Gemini. What's up, Gemini? Appreciate it. El Grande, appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to El Grande's channel. One of the things that annoys the fuck out of me is in amongst the travel groups, especially in this space, because the travel groups is bigger than just the passport bros. And I do see dudes doing a lot better at this, and they're starting to post pictures of where they've been. So kudos to you. Was this thing about people posting Instagram thought pics? Um, you know, as a motivating factor of going overseas. Stop doing that shit. A lot of them bitches have had surgery. El Grande he's doing good work and valuable work by doing these interviews and bringing these females up because it gives a lot of black men a view as to what these black women look like. A lot of times people want to say, oh, they mixed, they're not really black and blase, blase, blah. So honestly, y'all really should be throwing some super chats at him. He could be putting the shit on Patreon. I'm not trying to give him ideas. So make sure y'all can at least give El Grande a sub, get him to 1,000, so y'all could get those videos and share those videos. Those are this El Grande's videos of these women in Colombia are very share friendly. Y'all shouldn't get your Facebook fucked up or anything like that for sharing it. So make sure you share them. Make sure you show the appreciation because he's doing good work. There's actual value in that. What's up, Dollar Watch? And so when you see me share his videos on my post, make sure you give him a subscribe. So what's up, D Scott? What's up? Yeah, Gemini first rapper to exactly. Easy E. People forget that, man. And people forget when he went to the White House too. It was very contentious. Archer said Edward the First is popular YouTube name. Flight reacts. He was dealing with a next black cultured woman. Got her pregnant 5 months later. 5 months pregnant, she slept with another guy. Crazy. So yeah, I heard. I saw Solo TB84 talking about that. I haven't even looked at that. I mean, that's typical fuckery. What's up, Dollar Watcher? Archer, we talk about 48 laws of power in this space a lot. Law number 2 is don't put too much trust in friends and learn how to use your enemies. Black people need to apply those laws. Yeah, we need to really start doing videos on 48 laws of power and really incorporating that. Gemini, exactly. Clyburn. Yeah, Clyburn did save him. Like, and in the code breakers disagree with me. BGS disagrees with me with this, but I remember, hey, people forget Bloomberg had put all that money into the election, and all of a sudden he quit right in Super Tuesday. Kamala didn't make it. Most of them didn't even make it. Elizabeth Warren quit a little bit after Super Tuesday. So did Bernie. The thing that put Biden in the front runner was South Carolina, because Biden skipped Iowa. And he did. I think he won in New Hampshire because he was in the Northeast. People forget New Hampshire, Delaware, white. Come on now. Um, he had kind of an advantage there. As far as kind of that area versus Vermont, a little bit deep north. And then, well, he didn't really have an advantage. Elizabeth Warren. But anyway, my point is, he had South Carolina not went right, he wouldn't be considered serious. That just was what, and everybody else just kind of faded away. He won by law of attrition. I got you, super chats. Give me one moment. Law of attrition. And I don't care what nobody fucking says. You wouldn't be talking about Biden right now if it wasn't for South Carolina. And it was them old Negroes that helped him. Archer, cut to the chase. Yes, bro. Look up Flight Reacts. Cut to the chase. Just go look up Solo TV 84's video. He's talking about it right now. Marco Leonard's, can I get a wrench? I don't know, man. I ain't seen you comment enough, man. I'll just hand out wrenches. Cut to the chase. Yeah, man. Definitely do a video on that. Okay, I'm doing research. Yeah, man. Solo TV 84 is doing one right now with King Riches. Archer, I need to actually check out your channel too, so we can see what's going on with that. Archer ain't shit. The reason why the flight situation, yeah, email me Marco Edwards, and I'll see about getting you a wrench. Because I mean, cut to the chase ain't even got a wrench, so everybody ain't necessarily got a wrench. The reason why that flight situation is happening right now is so relevant is because this is his introduction to the way black women treat and view their men. That's typical fuckery. I mean, at the end of the day, man, and if you look at Flight Reacts, I mean, he got the tattoos next. I mean, he got the typical, street nigga look that these chicks like. I mean, just because these chicks want to fuck you don't mean shit, because a lot of the shit is getting just a lot more overt and open, like with how they acting. And see, the thing that black women don't understand is what all these races of women are doing is they're letting all these negative stereotypes, they're allowing black women to absorb them. That way they can kind of do their fuckery but still maintain their kind of status, versus everything negative is going to be, and it's not going to be the same thing as black men, because men don't look at women like women look at men. So that bad boy bad girl look is not going to work. It's not. The shit's crazy. Typical black male experience. Liam Archer's really on that shit. Archer was really on that. Like Blake said, the community. Neither one of my brothers date black women. They can't stand. My brothers have dated out, so it's not like they didn't try. But and they got. I've seen. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the chicks that they date, they look really respectable. But my younger brother, the chicks he be dating, be hoes on the low. But they don't look. They would never look like it. They would never look like it. Like you would never, you would be like, wow, that is actually a really, really respectable, pretty girl. But they be hoes. And I only know that because that's what he says. But looks wise, they don't got no tattoos. They got their hair that's out. Black girl hair when it's puffy but not wavy. It's not like you know, it's their hair. Yeah. Oh, okay. They don't dress like hoes. Okay, good job. Rayo Liam, I never heard of him. Sometimes you don't feel like the manosphere don't care about you. Come on, man. Like, okay, Marco, Rael has been on my stuff, and he doesn't have a wrench. El Grande doesn't have a wrench. Bless this comment as there's a lot of people don't have a wrench, and I don't have a wrench everywhere I am. There's a lot of places I don't have a wrench. But come on, man, don't do that. Having a wrench is not a big deal. Some people got a wrench because motherfuckers keep fucking with them in the chat. So I gave them a wrench. So don't do that. Dog eat dog. It's been around for a minute. Don't have a wrench. If she had a condition, she would be on medicine. Flip cool. SYSBM. All Batman making 50K will be dating out by 2025. And Rael. I don't even. But see, that's another thing that people don't consider too. Like this is why I said you have genetic value and you have economic value. These other races of women, they want both. They want it all. They want the genetic value, dude. So they are going to be pulling. And here's the thing: if pussy's the only thing you offering, well, it's easy for. Here's the thing: a lot of women like when I say, okay, if pussy all you offering, if another bitch is offering pussy, then that equalizes it. What else you got? What else you got? That's why I keep saying Latins are the most biggest threat. And Nicole said in LA, them a lot of them Asians are thick, and you right because a lot of them Asians are Vietnamese and Filipino. So they allow themselves to get a little bit of meat on the bones, but not too much the way they fat. They know how to control that shit. The way it got some titties and a little bit of ass, and they like 5'1", 5 foot flat, 5'2", and you know how a lot of these 6 foot niggas are with dealing with fun size bitches. You know how that goes. You know how that goes. Like the competition is fierce. This is why you got women like Jessica like crying. I don't even care if it's a condition she's stalking. Cat Edward, you should see the black woman Kevin Samuels show when I have sex with her husband. Man, please. I'm telling you right now, if a bitch ever pull that shit on me, I'm cheating. Like I'm sorry. That's just not shit. Shit. That you can play that. I'll have you thinking you playing that game. Exactly, Archer. You get jealous. I don't know why, man. A lot of these dudes have been in a manosphere for a minute. I mean, it ain't that serious. But I'll tell you this: you on my classic black on my classic men channel, I'll give you a wrench on that channel. Blacks in the community. Most black men want black women. That's another thing too. We've been real lenient on these wrenches, and a lot of bullshit have started from a lot of motherfuckers that got wrenches. Most black men want black women because they want black children. So, but see, really, I don't even think that's the case anymore, to be honest with you. And I don't think that's been the case. I think it's an option thing. Put her in the cat. You know what I'm talking about. Put her face in the cat. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. But that's how serious it is, and that doesn't even get talked about, and it does happen. Not to mention women selling other women out. But exactly, and they think, and see, and they think all this shit is funny. And the thing about it, man, please, like, don't get me started. What's up, BGS? Yeah, man, BGS killed that video, man. I thought he was having the talk shit music. I was ready. See, I listen to BGS at 1.75 playback speed, so when I hear it, it's a certain sound that I get with that when he turns on the music. But yeah, man, just it's like it doesn't matter, man. Oh, it's because he's not with. But please get the fuck out of here. And now I got the proof. And it's not just one time. And see what these women don't understand. And see, this is the thing. Sensible black women have to understand that the more these women do this does nothing but help dudes that are already trying to hop. All this does nothing but do help that. This does nothing. This is these women are low key harming y'all because a lot of these young girls, y'all are these women coming up, you are gonna pay the fucking price for this shit. You are going to, it's like all the debt America's dealing with that like the next generation's gonna have to deal with. Psh, that's what's going on. And y'all can act like y'all didn't know. This is on some Darwinistic shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, and the thing, and it's like, and no, and these conversations are gonna get had. It's gonna happen. You already see, like you see with Tariq Nasheed getting like 8,000 views. Like you can't, you not gonna avoid this stuff. It's only gonna get stronger. And all it is fake the funk bullshit, that's not gonna work. You're just not gonna be able to slide like that. You are not going to skate. I'm glad you here, BGS. I told him, I said, you letting these bitches skate on this pedophile shit. These chicks are getting at a young girls just like they getting at young boys. Y'all better stop playing. You niggas acting scared. And then, oh, well, what we gonna do? We gotta keep the community together. No, the fuck we don't. I've heard women say multiple occasions the only way they gonna change is if you make them show them the abyss. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm with BGS. They are who they are. You got 20% that's got some common fucking sense. Outside of that, please. You got 20% that's like what at best Jenny my mindset. So they know cooperation is valuable. Most of them women are already married. And a lot of these niggas that are married, y'all gotta understand, your wife, number one, 80% of marriages are divorce activated by women, but number two, your wife ain't all black women. So stop fucking looking at all black women through the eyes of your fucking wife. I get tired of that shit. Well, nigga, my wife, I don't give a fuck. That's your wife. That's not all black women. Why are you acting like because you found one, that means there's a whole bunch lying around here? Stop the bullshit. Appreciate the super chat, dog eat dog. See, dog eat dog donates. I ain't even give him. He ain't got a wrench. Sam, I am. And Jack and Jill has been taken over by feminists in the 21st century now, so that eliminates the option of the talented Tim. No, no, absolutely. Well, El Grande, I understand you're having fun, and that's I know you wouldn't do it if you weren't wasn't, but dudes need to see what these females really look like. Like obviously, you've seen in the manosphere that the thirst runs deep. And the reality is, a lot of reason why these people are so fucking thirsty is because they don't know no better, dude. Like I hate to say this because I'm not trying to make fun of it, and I take that very seriously. And I know all Africa isn't hunger, but you have to look at black male thirst like a 30 cents a day commercial. These niggas don't know what femininity is. They really don't. And and when I say they don't, El Grande, you may have been in the United States, but I'm telling you right now, you cannot. I don't really think you can kind of you mentally can kind of conceptualize how the lack of femininity that black men are exposed to in America. It would be very hard for somebody to conceptualize that. It's kind of like really conceptualizing what not having plumbing is or something that's very basic to us. You just can't understand it. And I can and so and I say that to say there's value of you showing a lot of these brothers that, and those are the kind of videos a lot of these dudes need to share because it gives them something to aspire to. Dudes that are already on point, you know. Let me tell you something. The females that you show, well, not all of them, but some of the black ones, they wouldn't have a problem getting that quote unquote high value man because there's somebody that can be moldable. Like like seriously, you know what I wish? I wish you might do a good job doing the thing with Kevin Samuels and getting some of them chicks up there, like for real. I don't even know what they. Oh, El Grande, much appreciated, man. No, I'm gonna get a lot better at sharing those videos. Like I'm gonna get that when I get my website up. That's gonna be one of the things I add in there to add value. I'm gonna try to get that stuff pushed out there. We believe in laser sights in Cali. Gym rat black BWs are going hard on Biden and Kamala. I mean, some of them are. Well, Marco, I'm not asking you to, but what I'm saying is people that have super chatted don't even have a wrench. I don't I appreciate donations, but I'm just letting you know. Um he said, "Can I get this dude really want a wrench?" I follow Fight Reacts. His over 3 minute. Wow. He said, I don't want a Edward Anderson wrench. Hater. Black chicks told my brother that they act white. I don't think got more soul than both of them combined. I mean, well, all of that is cultural. Once you understand that that's cultural compatibility, you understand that that's not a big deal. That's just them saying that you all are not culturally compatible. And it's hard to understand that at the moment. I've been told that I'm not black enough because I'm light skinned. I've been told that by white bitches. But I knew what they were looking for too. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, man, ignoring this shit. The problem is you got people like I like Dynas, and I'm gonna tell you something. Dynas takes criticism better than a lot of people that I've seen. So Dynas isn't somebody where you can't really say it like it is, and then he may not go along with you saying, but he definitely will listen much better than anybody I've ever seen in the manosphere. And I've talked to him on the phone. And shout out to Dynas's success. Look, man, this ain't. I'm not asking Dynasty to pretty much go after the guy. I'm not asking him to do that. But what I am saying is, if you really want, like, I'm not asking people to be like on the forefront of some of this shit. No, I mean, I'm not taking what you're saying. I mean, Marco, you've been here. I'm not taking what you're saying seriously. Hell, even Nameless don't got a wrench. I'm just showing you to let you know. He Nameless said that's not stating of women are held to their past. They run to church every Sunday to watch their passed away and expect everyone else to. This worked until social media, the internet. You're absolutely right. The internet never fucking forgets. And you starting to see it with these women like Vivica A. Fox, Lisa Ray. Man, there's like kind of it's not really an app. You know how I got those things like Canva, like those internet apps that do really cool things when you get to an internet. It's like a timeline thing. I really want to start playing with it in order to kind of do timelines in the manosphere or do videos with females like timelines, so I can start putting together whole cases on bitches. That's one thing. If I start doing the more the trending news and even political whatever it is, I'm gonna start doing timelines so people can really understand. This shit ain't new. Ed, black women think you gotta stay loyal, even the Hulk, please. Yeah. um Richard, I got a rinse taken and I ain't tripping. You got a rinse taken. Yeah, you got a rinse taken from my channel. Dollar Washer, what's up? To be honest, if you a black man, you need at least 500K annually. 100K is also 500K annually. What the fuck? Shit. I mean, I'm trying to think of what you're trying to do with that, man. Shout out to Xanatos Clutch. And the Southeast Asians specifically aren't as resistant to dating black women, especially light skinned black men. They're comparable to Latinas in a lot of ways. No, absolutely, they're definitely not. Because a couple of things. One thing is a lot of these Asians don't like bigger. And here's the thing: what they consider bigger is like outside of the Chinese standard, that skinny standard. What we consider so. Xanatos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So number one, it's kind of like how it is with white girls, where white girls that got a little bit of meat on their bones are going to be more acceptable in one group than another. And yeah, you absolutely right. And the Southeastern Asians are the ones that black men want the most. Black men don't really want Black men love women that are mixed with Japanese because it mixes well. Black men really ain't sweating Chinese like that. I'm gonna tell you, one of my favorite Asian groups is Asian women from Singapore. Singapore, Philippines. Thai is too skinny for me, but I like the complexion. Those are really the two. And Vietnamese is good too, but it depends. If I'm gonna go that way, but I'm not particularly like Asian dude like that, like that. A YouTube wedding. You know what? Ice, I might have forgot about that, but I'll definitely give you a wrench if you gave me $100 donation. And another thing too that I'm gonna keep in mind, a lot of y'all that gave me donations, if all right, yeah, because I can always check, and if you lying about that, I don't see why you would lie. So I did give you a I usually don't give the wrenches for donations. That's not what I do, but Yeah, you make me feel bad. Now, if you lying, Ice, but I don't think you lying. Because there's only a couple of people that's giving me $100. Like it's only like a handful of people that's giving me a donation over $50. And usually those people do the same thing. Jim Rat says, I'm in Arizona. It's SYSBM Central here. Well, yeah. And you know what's funny? It was a black dude that called in the Jason Black's channel and said that he said even ain't shit Negroes can get a decent white bitch. So I don't know what it is about Um, Arizona, but like that seems like it's a hotbed for like white chicks dealing with black men. Xanatos Clutch, I know he know about all that, know about them areas. Yeah, I mean, Dynas's channel is a great channel, man. He's kind of part of that what I call the Manosphere expansion. Dynast is definitely a friend of the Manosphere. Yeah, Ice. The way I say it is, you got to be Yahweh. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the bottom. Appreciate Tackman Clan Killer. Well, part he said he hold me to my word, blowing some of these channels up. Oh yeah, what I said to Aegon, bitch ass. Well, if I get my channel, like understand something, if I get my channel up there, I believe, and see, a lot of people don't understand. People think people do stuff from the kindness of your own heart. It's about politicking too. So like if I grow my channel and I learn and I get to the point where I'm growing and then I'm pulling other channels with me, and syndicating other channels on my stuff, then you all become invested in my stuff. I'm not saying you become invested in my stuff like y'all go do what I say, but if y'all see some random ass nigga fucking with me for no reason, then obviously you gonna see them fucking with me as them fucking with you. And a lot of dudes don't think like that. Did I look up to? I would say if you talk about in this space, I like as far as like who you all know I listen to, I would probably say Glendon Cameron, BGS, and then I'm gonna leave the third one open ended. Well, some of y'all I don't even know have channels to be honest with you, and I gotta and some of that could be on me. Like I didn't know Nameless had a channel until he said something. It's a lot of y'all I don't know, and obviously if I start just sharing everybody's channel at the same time, it's not gonna have the effect. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm getting my shit straight. So right now I'm at about 3,500 subscribers. So I'm at 3,500 subscribers. I'm probably gonna set up to make a push on various platforms to get to like 5,000. Because I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna just start getting my uploads right, getting stuff like that. The combination of uploads, live streams, to actually do the titles and stuff. Start doing different videos, doing PowerPoint. I'm gonna do a lot of different shit. It's gonna be cool, not just some basic shit, and get that good momentum going, reset the channel, get the channel a good look. That way I can start doing more interviews. I can start going on more people's stuff. And that'll get me kind of like a good like 1,500 push to get to that 5,000. And then I think that's what's gonna really help me get into the algorithm because actually got like software and stuff I need to really push the channel. And then when I start getting the momentum that I want to get, then I'm gonna start kind of doing some stuff to kind of get a lot of other people up because some of y'all got some really good stuff, and it's about pulling other people up. It's not that it's about that too, and I have strategic reasons of doing that. It's not just me doing that just because it's the goodness of my own heart. Number one, people help me with that, but number two, you all are putting out content too. So the labor that you all are doing for your own channels, I mean, I can only be on here so much. So if you all are doing stuff in this space, and I can pull you all up, and you all are doing different channels, getting in the algorithm, you all have different experiences like Cut to the Chase, Nameless Protagonists. You all are dealing with markets that are nuanced that I might not be dealing with. This is how the white boys do it. And so it's aggregation. No, I should be above 5,000. I'm not like BGS. I'm not above five. I'm at 3,500. The reason why I'm not above 5,000 is for a couple of reasons. Number one, my titles are for shit. I title my shit like retarded. Like if you look at my titles, it's retarded. You look at my thumbnails, they're retarded. You look at my videos, half the time I'm waving my phone around like an idiot. I know exactly. Like this shit has always been just me. This has been a video dump up. I don't even do the shit like SWP does. Well, SWP just does hour upload. He used to do hour uploads and just put the same thing over and over again. At least that was formatted. So yeah, you damn right. I mean, Ramil right now is like right at 5,000. But you damn right I should have 5,000. But I never pushed the channel enough to do that. But I know if I wanted to get on people's channels, like, and I'm not just talking about get on people's channel just to push my channel. But if I wanted to say, okay, what's some concept like the gynocracy is something I'm known for? What are like three or four things that I can be known for, and then kind of go through the space and revolution of those things? So me campaigning for the gynocracy and why all black men should care is definitely one thing, and then there's other things too. So yeah, I know, and I've kind of purposely kept mine small because I wanted to be able to say what I wanted to say and not worry about really getting fucked with. But I'm gonna lock my channel down and remix it, so I'm communicating the same thing, but in such a way that makes the content a lot more shareable, a lot more baseline. Because I think it's time to get back to basics on a lot of different things. It does, Nameless. And really, the Manosphere should be the type of place that you should be able to easily get 1,000, at least 1,000 subs, if not 2,000, if your stuff is good. Ultimately, and see, this is what I was trying to tell Art, and this is what I was trying to tell Kuda, and I understand where they're coming from, but what I was trying to tell them is what you want to do is get the space to the point where when you invest in equipment or when you invest in quality content, because here's another thing I'm not going to go into a rant about that, but the thing about it is you look at somebody like Jada Black's videos. Jada Black is using nothing but a damn slide share program where there's like free slide share softwares where you can just put a series of pictures on there, and then you pan it, they pan in, pan out, pan left, pan right, up and down, like really really slowly. And then you're doing an audio in behind that, you're putting music in behind that, and you can use Audacity to do that. So you're doing audio, you're putting music behind it, and then that, and it's done. Hell, I know somebody, Superboy, or Harvey or Your World, he's been doing the same videos for like years, and he's built this stuff. Same thing with Toreen Rain. Shit, same thing with pretty much BGS, except they got, I mean, not BG, well, yeah, BGS, but really Jason Black, they just got microphones, decent microphones. So what you want to do is get the space to the point where you encourage people to enhance their stuff, because you say, hey, if you got quality content, you can pretty much on the strength of your content get some pretty good subs, because you have an ecosystem that'll railgun that out, especially if you're putting out like really good videos, or if you're putting out like good videos that have good insight. Like for instance, Nameless to me is like the new King Sigma. And shout out to Sigma. Sigma has some business stuff he's trying to take care of, so he's not in the sphere like he used to be. But Sigma was a dude that his stuff was really research oriented. And he had a video that hit like 200,000 because of the research that went in behind it. It was that Jason Pope thing. His video became, it was a 2 hour video, and it became the de facto video. I actually got a couple of subs off of that, and I was on there for a little bit. That's another thing too, as we say, and this is what he's not talking about, Kuda. If you get your equipment right, or if you fucking equipment, if you get your content look right, and it's not just equipment, it's the look. It's a lot of things, and you hit that algorithm. If you're doing panels, then that stuff can spread out. I've seen that. But see, these are things they don't talk about. They just get into, you just gotta want shit better, and you niggas, like, you can't do it like that. You have to campaign and say it over and over and over again, but say it in a like, for instance, what I did with the gynocracy. I didn't say that, oh well, you niggas, because you ain't talking about the gynocracy like I think you should, you niggas are bitches. I'm not doing that. But you damn sure know, when you hear me, you hear that in your head, because I say it over and over and over and over again. Now, there's a more effective way for me to market that, but I just didn't feel like it. Probably the gynocracy is probably my favorite topic as far as debating. What's up, Charles? I hate it's gonna sound like I'm ending it right when Charles got in. You'll get over 500,000 views if you push your platform full time. Man, I think I may be, I gotta check to see how close I am. I don't know if I'm 500,000 views, but I got quite a few. And you gotta remember, I don't have any viral videos. A lot of people that have a lot of views, they have a lot of viral, they have a couple of viral videos. I don't have that. My videos are like kind of like LAR movement, slow and steady. And if I really get a couple of viral videos, I could probably easily get to 1 million, to be honest with you. And you got to think, like, the shit that I talk about, like, most of my views are coming from the same people over and over and over again, which is great because I have a very engaged audience. And that's what matters. Engagement matters. But the thing is, I have to do videos, and Charles is another person, because it's not just about me pushing channels to push channels. It's about the people that actually have a lot of credibility. You have to enhance the manosphere. The manosphere is stronger when the people that have the visibility have credibility. The more credibility that people have in the manosphere, the harder it is to try to knock the manosphere down, because you got too many people with too many different credible positions, credible experiences, and credible, like, who they are, to knock them down. This is why I think the PhD, all the PhDs people are good, including Nicole Ali. Um, Dennis Sperling is a really good addition. Charles, because these are dudes you can't say are not doing what they supposed to be doing, are not successful. You can't. The more those dudes get visibility, it doesn't necessarily have to be their channels or be like 100,000, but just like solid. And another thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna end the video with this. This is what my ultimate goal is. My ultimate goal. There's two goals I have for the manosphere. Number one, to make the manosphere economic, turn the manosphere into an economic ecosystem. That does not mean dudes giving super chats to content creators one way. It is kind of like a self-propelling loop kind of thing, where even people, where you have content creators, you have the moderators and people that kind of go on panels and don't have channels, and then you have even the audience, to where there's ways to benefit. That's the first thing. The second thing is, and I think I have the product that can actually, that's at the right price point, that can get that done without it being too controversial or crazy. I actually have two things in mind. That's one. The second thing is to take the manosphere as mainstream as we can, but that requires us kind of getting shit in line first. What do I mean? There's 30,000 barbershops in the United States of America, as far as black barbershops. We all live in different cities. I want to put together some flyers that can be kind of switched up easily, that will allow people to interface with the manosphere. Part of that is going to be me creating a website, and creating that website in such a way where it serves as kind of like a directory for different channels. Kind of like what O'Shea does, but with more of a purpose of kind of highlighting certain topics that black men do in the manosphere and where they're in. And because if you ease them into a website, it eases it a little bit into the YouTube content, and then creating that portal will actually allow us to pull people on YouTube, and YouTube will actually benefit it'll benefit the algorithm, will benefit people actually transferring people on the platform. Um and doing that will actually pull some that, and that's not even counting like people getting more into sports, people more getting into geekdom and geekdom commentary culture, because geekdom commentary is starting to become very, very big, and there's a lot of channels, there's a lot of opportunity there. It's a lot of opportunity there, and a lot of untapped opportunity there. And so a lot of you all don't have to do the same thing when it comes to YouTube that everybody else is talking about. This is why I'm open to people doing other channels. Now, does it have to be absolute manosphere? No, but it can be like, okay, this is not a manosphere. Like take Master Teacher One. You all put me onto that. Is that like a manosphere channel? No, not necessarily. But he has a lot of passport bros over there, if for people that want to deal with the business thing, and obviously if he does the female ratchet shit, you get dudes over there. So he may not be manosphere, but his audience is the same kind of audience. Same thing with Solo TV 84. And that's what we got to start aiming at. That's why a lot of y'all got to let a lot of shit go that y'all got on certain stuff and just keep it real. So anyway, with that being said, I'm about to exit out. What's up, Soul Provider? I'm actually supposed to be doing an interview with Soul Provider in a couple of weeks, so y'all need to definitely check that out. I'm gonna start promoting that. We don't have a definite date yet, but that is coming. I appreciate Tackman Clan Killer. The nameless protagonist, another target point to go with the Gunnergis is going to be the whole social contract. Well, yeah, and honestly, that's how you the social contract like I'm gonna say this and then I'm done. The thing about the social contract is that is a very mainstream way of having this conversation. Like if you talk about a gynocracy where you're saying women are over men, then women start being in fear that men are going to rebel against that. So they'll talk about sowing division. But like if you have this, if Ice Cube could take that to TV, saying there is no real social contract with black men and the Democratic Party, or black people with the Democratic Party. Heck, I don't even see that there's a real social contract between black men and black women. I see our women, there's ways to have that conversation, and it may be media controversial, but they can't really blow up over it. And they'll be like, well, what do you mean there's no social contract? Okay, so you tell me what is it that you expect from black men? Or you and then black women are gonna say it, and then with all the shit that niggas need to be doing, and you say, okay, what do you expect to do to get that? Well, I shouldn't have to do this. What do you expect to do at all? Well, I should do. Coming from a man that's been married for 25 years, that means something. And so the way that you actually communicate the gynocracy to black women, if you're gonna do it, or communicate this to dudes that may be too blue pill to understand it, you tell them. Can you honestly tell me the black community has a social contract amongst black men and black women? Can you honestly tell me that? And if you can, what is it? Give me some basic tenets of what that is. I don't want to hear slavery. I don't want to hear we're fucked up. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what is the social contract, because without a social contract, without a basic thing that we understand how to deal with each other, we're never going to get anywhere. Not as a group. What's going to happen is black men are going to do their own shit and probably get absorbed by other groups, and black women are going to suffer because they're going to be bitching and crying all the way that they become old and cats. Well, yeah, but you don't. But here's the thing: nameless black men don't even talk about the social contract. They're not even aware. It's like paying a bill that's like 50 or 60% interest, and you're not even aware of it, because in your mind, yeah, the bill is going up and up, but it's still not so up that you're like, what the fuck is this bill yet? That's how it is. And so black men will perceive me talking about the kynocracy as complaining, because that's the only way they could see it, because it's like they don't register that it's a real issue. Anyway, y'all, this has been real. We've done an hour and 8 minutes. I do need to leave. Yep. Absolutely nameless. And the social contract is kind of like, that's kind of like the spirit in which I'm going to start doing the channel. When I start doing it, I need to do this channel in such a way that you all can share this shit. And then if you share it on Facebook, your channel's not going to be canceled, or people not going to try to throw hate speech on it. It's going to be time to start communicating this in a way that you kind of slowly bring people into what the real shit is. You don't just hit them with the raw liquor. You don't hit them with the Everclear. You gotta have chasers. And so there's multiple ways to communicate the same idea in such a way that's just as devastatingly effective. Man, if y'all don't give a fuck about Kevin, y'all should if y'all don't know nothing about Kevin, y'all should know everything about that. Now, people have a problem with Kevin because of who he is, but truth be told, Jason Black has been doing that on the low. And you can't say nothing about his, like, shit, but people get mad because you can't see him. So it's always gonna be something. Well, you're gonna do that because they were never your, yeah, absolutely, El Grande. Because they were never your friends to begin with. And I'm telling you, El Grande in particular, YouTube is great. But what I'm gonna start doing too is, because, and I've been lazy about this with Super Triz, we got a Black Manosphere channel. A lot of that is gonna go in that, and I'm gonna see about doing like my own travel channel. It's gonna be a lot of stuff we're gonna experiment with. We're gonna have fun. So anyway, no, I ain't doing no 3 hour stream. I gotta do something tomorrow. But anyway, I will say this before I let you all go. I will start putting up the videos for the classic man channel. I want you all to just subscribe to that channel. That's gonna be, think of it like Edward Anderson Live. But so I'm gonna start putting that in all my videos. Just start subscribing to it. Subscribe to it. Tell everybody about it. Bring it. It's gonna be more business talk, productive talk. It's gonna be stuff that I'm gonna be using to get like Andre Hatch, other people in there. So I want to get that. I want to get that to where that passes my shit. Like I want to at least 35 pass. Another thing too is I'm gonna start posting my Instagram. Like some of you all subscribe to my real name Instagram. I'm gonna actually create an Instagram that's kind of for this space. Even, and so it's gonna be a couple of Instagram channels I need y'all to subscribe. The Manosphere one with me and Super Triz, and then the one that's like Edward Anderson as well. So I'm gonna start putting stuff in here. Another thing I'm gonna start putting is is a Telegram. I'm actually gonna create another Telegram, and the Telegram is for us to get around the algorithm bullshit. So if people got a video that might be coming in something, it'll be a way for me to point you all to something, y'all can get that in real time. Yeah, I'm gonna post that in the be looking out for that in the community tab. Be looking out for that in the in the descriptions of the videos. I'm gonna be hammering that, reminding that, because I want to get all that shit set up for next year. So by the time next year comes, I want that channel to be there. The videos are gonna be up, and it's gonna be good because it's gonna be a completely different, it's going to be a different vibe because it's going to be designed. It's designed to have the now what conversation. My channel is going to be, when I remix this channel is still going to be more talking about what the problem is and kind of how to deal with it. That channel is going to be me talking about quality of life. It's going to be talking about, sales, like different things, hustling, how to get this shit done. Rubber meets the road. I'm gonna be doing a digital whiteboard. I'm gonna be doing interviews with different people: Sub Zero, MOT, Andre Hatchett. Some people you may, it's not necessarily gonna be all black men. Black men are obviously gonna be the main focus, but I'm not gonna be afraid of putting up showing you videos of white people that are doing really good stuff. It's gonna be a lot of different stuff. But it's gonna be in the spirit of a black channel, but it's black first, but it's black first doesn't mean black only. Black male first doesn't mean black male only. So yeah, so that's it's definitely going to be a pivot. I see a real bright future in the manosphere compared to everybody else. I see a lot of crying, and yes, there's a lot of challenges in the manosphere. There's a lot of goofy shit amongst the audience, but the way that you deal with that is by expanding the audience too. So it's going to be a lot of bright spots. Oh, absolutely, with Fox Soul. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of like react videos too. Cause you all knew when I was doing that that pause video and play the tape video. So I'm gonna have my version of that as well. And it's gonna be cool. I think I can. I think I can. So y'all gonna stay tuned to that. But if I think I can. So anyway, y'all, dream big and peace out, until tomorrow. This is Edward signing off. Peace.